É isso aqui, ó. Pronto, agora vai. Eu vou ter que jogar com a câmera, tipo, né? Sem o stream. Ah, tá. Agora o jogo vai funcionar. Tá, vamos lá. Before your eyes. Foda-se, mudei o título da live mais 10 vezes hoje. Não estou usando isso. Ok. Dá uma piscadinha, tá funcionando? Vai calibrar essa sensibilidade. Oh, interessante o jogo, hein? How well were your blinks detected? Extra detected. Boa. Got them all. Ok. Eu só tenho que voltar de novo pro menu. Porque. Como é que eu. Né? Pronto. Pra botar as legendas. None English. Eu vou ter que brincar de traduzir de novo. Enfim. Agora este cacete vai. Vamos lá. Estou sem óculos? Não. Deixa eu descer isso aqui. Deixa eu calibrar de novo a sensibilidade. É isso. Got them all. Start game. Vamos lá, hein. Joguinho novo. Before Your Eyes, porque eu estava puto com o outro e eu não aguentava mais. Se rimou, a culpa não era minha. O problema é meu. Esse é um jogo sobre piscar. Viu? Toda vez que você piscar, o jogo vai perceber. Entendeu? Entendi. Try blink on the white symbol. Ah não, pera, acho que eu tenho que... Ah tá, eu pensei que ele detectava movimento também. When you see the metronome... Gente, o que tá acontecendo? Posso andar no jogo? Não. Eu me afoguei? Ah, não.
It's mine.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you?
Oh, o seu
I
rapaz.
ask you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you. If that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking genius. I knew you were special. You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion?
Eu ia traduzir, mas como ele tá falando, eu não vou ficar falando
Ah.
por cima, não. Vou deixar ele falando. E aí, é isso.
A
Desculpa.
premonition when a soul's worth pulling up.
Uhum.
Now you see that tower out there? Big, scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life, from proud to stern. Now if she's impressed, I get paid the Bitcoin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city.
Uhum.
If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well, we don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. No, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts.
Ah tá, virou um pássaro então, né?
Satisfactory. Clock watchers. I got some words for you.
Gente, que jogo é esse? O que eu tô jogando?
Sorry you had to hear that.
Relaxa.
So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great.
Ok.
So, just think back to the very beginning. The first thing that you can remember. I'm gonna send you there. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, all right?
Uhum.
Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time.
Fudeu.
Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works. Alrighty then. I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Don't
Não! Meu Deus, eu esqueci que era.
And just try to enjoy it this time.
Calma, 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 calma. Tem que lubrificar esses olhos. Vamos lá. Não posso piscar.
Look at that sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that?
Eu tô tentando não
You
piscar.
must really like it out here, huh?
Uhum.
Well, I get.
Puta que pariu.
Mm.
Quem é essa? Minha esposa? Minha namorada? Quem é? Minha filha? Ah, que deve ser esposa. Pelo menos. Moça? Balão. Eu acho que tem piscada. Agora não foi.
Let's
Pera.
go get you some seashells. What do you say?
Ah, não, pera. Eu sou criança, eu acho. Então é minha mãe. Vai lá, por favor. Pega pra mim.
You see that big spiky plant over there? That's
Uh-huh.
called an agave.
Agave.
11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree, covered in flowers.
Puta que pariu. Caralho, é muito
It
difícil.
really slipped away, didn't it?
Aham.
Oh well. Days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Where's the first page of my piece?
Do quê?
I can't find it anywhere. Did I
Ah,
put
você
it?
toca. Puta que pariu, mãe.
Okay. Go ahead, kid. Look at that. There's your little hand.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea.
Não, eu pisquei, eu não queria piscar. Eu queria ver se funcionava. Puta que pariu. Ah, não, beleza, eu sou
Oh,
criança.
you want to
Hein?
play along with mommy, don't you?
Uhum.
Give it time. I'm sure you'll be better than me soon enough.
Toca aí, mamãe, pra mim, por favor. Puta que pariu, mamãe. Não consegui ver o que você ia tocar.
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending
Vai,
it to my
barquinho.
mentor next week.
Puta que pariu, meu pai.
Well,
Gostoso da porra.
pretty perfect to me.
Caiu o brinquedo bugadaço.
I like the music.
That's very specific.
I also like the person playing it.
Yeah. I worry that might have something to do.
Minha vida tá passando muito rápido. Não parece vida real.
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
Como é difícil não piscar.
I don't know. Probably solving the problems of the universe.
Antes fosse, meu querido. Cadê vocês?
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
Mais ou menos. Se você visse o jogo, eu tava jogando agora.
Alright, I mean, we're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to be. Necessarily.
You're right.
Meu barquinho. Ui.
You're right. You know, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Puta que pariu, pisquei.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was.
Eu tô desenhando.
Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee?
Eu gosto de
what I
barco, hein?
just
Puta que
told
pariu.
you? Right. No, I'm sorry.
Maneiro.
I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand. Thank you for considering my piece, John.
Eu posso clicar nisso
It
pra
really
interagir
means
na
a lot.
nossa pisco, né?
Oh, that's sure a little mess of color.
Deve ser.
Hey, we do not throw things in this house. If you're mad that you aren't gonna...
Gente, é muito difícil não piscar, cara. Ah, tem que abrir o livro. Baby Grand Piano.
See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice
vovô.
so much. I hated it at first. I think he
Eu
hoped
não
to
posso
make it
piscar.
further than
Eu quero
conducting
saber
high
sobre
school
meu avô,
choir.
caralho.
Never said anything though. He was what you might call the strong silent type.
Puta que pariu.
Okay, Benny. Are you ready to see something really special?
I just don't want him to get attached. Richard, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, what's wrong with that?
We can't keep
Não,
him.
não, não, não,
Can
não,
we?
não.
I
Não posso
mean,
pular.
I'm pretty much definitely allergic.
Deixa eu
so
aproveitar
no,
meu gato,
right?
pelo amor de Deus.
No. We'll find someone to take him. But while he's here, I say we call him Ernie. Little Ernie. Fits him, doesn't it?
Gatinho,
Oh,
desculpa.
he's so...
Se eu tô espirrando? Não, é minha mãe, né?
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Claro.
There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down?
Uhum.
Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different. That one sounds sad, doesn't it?
É.
Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Eu posso focar, que maneiro, que tem questão de mudança de foco.
Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
Puta que pariu.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her.
É
I
meu
just
pai que tá falando agora, hein?
prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. Man, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
Grécia.
Well, just remember to put on sunscreen.
Puta que pariu, pai. Vou botar o que agora? Eu esqueci. Cadê meu gato? Cadê minha mãe? Caralho. Será que eu vou poder... Ó, janeiro já, ó. Dia 8 de janeiro. Daqui a 22 dias é meu aniversário.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard,
Com a mão,
are
né,
you
porra?
hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but
É muito frustrante se você piscar e sua vida inteira passar pelos seus olhos e você não conseguir aproveitar os momentos. Nossa, que metáfora pra vida, não é mesmo?
oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
Don't worry, I already did.
For a moment, I forgot what a great father you are.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in.
Cara, eu sou muito artista.
What could possibly happen to the
Porra,
file
gato, não mijei
mail
não,
tomorrow
caralho.
morning?
Tá louco?
We are fine.
Vou te dedurar aí, porra. Eu não posso piscar, não, né? Pisquei.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not?
Cara, eu sou muito
You're a
artista.
working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Baby steps. He's got one eye.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit.
Ah, meu avô tá vivo, eu pensei que ele tava morto.
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
Uhum.
So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. No such luck for me. But I do.
É do jogo, porque esse jogo, como ele usa minha webcam, deixa eu ver se eu consigo pausar. Como esse jogo usa minha webcam, porque ele detecta quando eu tô piscando, porque é a metáfora do jogo, que enfim, se você não tava aqui no início, meio que você perdeu já, mas é porque, tipo, meio que eu morri, e aí eu tô sendo levado pra ser julgado pra ver, se eu vou pro paraíso ou se não. Aí ele usa, e tipo assim, e aí o cara que tá me levando, ele quer saber sobre mim, né, pra ele poder me ajudar no julgamento. E aí ele me mandou de volta desde o dia que eu nasci, porque ele quer ver a minha vida. Mas ele falou que, tipo assim, que pra avançar né, você ir passando no tempo, você tem que piscar. Então, tipo assim, se eu não quiser que passe, eu não posso piscar, entendeu? E é muito difícil. E é esse o jogo. E aí minha webcam tá assim, porque ela não consegue captar no OBS e no jogo ao mesmo tempo. Precisa ter... Tá separado. Aí por isso que tá assim. Mas esse feed aqui é do jogo, não é do OBS, não. Mas enfim. Vou voltar pro jogo. Não posso piscar, pelo amor de Deus. Puta que pariu. O que era aquele telefone?
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
Que bosta? Como assim que bosta?
Subdivide the time.
Puta que pariu, eu queria correr.
There you go,
Para de
buddy.
piscar.
Okay, now keep a
Não
firm
pode
grip on
piscar,
it,
cara.
just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, L,
Foi mal, gato.
so we can photograph you.
Quem, eu? Ah, tá.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
Puta que pariu, nem assim dá pra passar. Caralho. Pera.
Ernie, buddy,
Ernie!
E
Ernie.
o gato fugiu.
Ernie, we need you!
God, L, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
Caralho.
Sinuses would be eternally indebted.
What? Did you just...
Puta que pariu, o tempo
So you're
passou.
saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
Thought I was.
I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. It just...
He keeps
Ele tá
coloring the
transando
grass
muito.
blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
And what's wrong with that?
No, are you kidding? I love it.
Mano, essas partes de mistério que eu não posso piscar, eu não sei o que que tá acontecendo.
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex, but just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand. Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said...
Puta que pariu. É difícil, cara, não piscar.
2 brackets on each side. 2 screws on each bracket.
The quiz said find the zero, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is.
Eu sou muito burro. Ó, meu gato vai mudar de novo.
Full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Congratulations, B! First of many, I'd assume.
Puta que pariu, mano. Nossa, meu olho tá ardendo.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down or I'll drive it back with you up there.
You're not my house. You're not. Fall back, you fool! I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, I'm playing.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy, I'm talking to you.
Agora eu percebi que eu tô tirando foto das pessoas.
Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Olha lá, posei, garotão. Não pode, eu não tirei a foto.
Oh shoot. I think I gotta...
Puta que pariu.
Quiet, everyone. Benny's about to play for us.
Puta, eu vou tocar, hein.
Wow, L, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Cara,
Didn't
toca
you
pra
used to
caralho.
be a
Né?
composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
Puta
The
que pariu.
class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units. And each unit will study
Look on your desk.
Isaac.
I wrote you something.
Learning everything you know about civilization.
We are in the same class. What a coincidence, please keep in mind that's why we are at school. We don't know each other. Don't talk to me ever. Se fuder.
Don't
This
even
is
look
a
at
quote. I want
Stop
each of you
staring
to
at
write
me,
it down.
creepy.
Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space.
Ah, não quer que eu te encare não, meu irmão?
Okay. Now I will go on to the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
O que que falou?
You were
That's okay.
taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yes, of course.
Fala no seu cu aí, Chloe.
It's that people who are in the past.
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
Videogame.
The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
Bonitinho. Pisquei.
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Ah, agora é interesseiro
Very
do caralho.
sweet. Thank you for playing his game with him.
You are not my friend, by the way, since you refused to help me in class.
Ah, sorte sua que eu não consegui
It's called a
manter.
magnet school. It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know that change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something. It's just, you've had so much trouble making friends at Playco. I want you at a place where people really get you.
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Como é que eu falo com você?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of.
Meu Deus.
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it.
Ok, mãe.
Just like to see you really
Muito obrigado
rise
por me
to the
forçar os seus
occasion.
jobs em mim.
Just this one. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What
Não.
was that? Was that the piece?
Talvez.
What is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed to be.
Não, não joga na minha mãe não, cruz credo. Isso, deixa ela de volta lá no lugar. 30 dias até o audition. Vamos tocar essa porra aí, vamos lá.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Ok, mãe. Eu toco muito, viado. Ah, então,
Oh my
esse é o
God.
jogo, Bruna. É, deu
Is she
certo.
really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
Desculpa, amigo, eu não posso atender. Eu não posso piscar também. Deixa eu tocar piano, pelo amor de Deus.
Keep that up. You're sounding really good.
Ok, mãe. Fudeu, eu vou piscar. Puta que pariu, passou. Porque, tipo, ô
A
Bruna,
newbie.
explicando também, não sei se você tava aqui quando eu expliquei pra Ana, mas, tipo, resumindo a história do jogo, resumão, o meu personagem tá morto, e aí ele tá sendo levado pra ser julgado se ele vai pra Terra ou pro Inferno. Ou sei lá o que eles existem nesse mundo aí. E aí, o cara que tá me levando, ele vai me ajudar no julgamento. Mas ele quer saber mais da minha vida. Então ele me mandou, né, mentalmente, pro início da minha vida. E eu tô vivendo todas as minhas memórias, né? Só que toda vez que eu pisco, o tempo passa, tá ligado? E aí pode ser, tipo, segundos, pode ser anos, tá ligado? Não se sabe. E... E tipo assim, e às vezes você tá numa cena assim e pisca, tá ligado? Acabou, é isso. Então é isso que tá a mecânica do jogo, tá ligado? Até agora. Mas, enfim.
In the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale?
Hey,
That is
Mr. Kid.
Look at it.
Ah, de novo esse cara.
The head of a crocodile, fur of a lion,
Ops.
see, and the body of a hippopotamus.
Não, que isso?
I would not say that.
Fudeu.
with her face.
Ew, why is he so scared looking? Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house. You better pick
Puta que
up.
pariu, eu não li. Eu não li o que ele tava escrito. Eu desenhei sem querer.
Worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, well listen.
E amanhã, a minha audição. Audição não, meu teste. Audição.
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something.
Não tocar
I
piano.
mean this is no offense at all.
Eu quero ver aqui meus pais
But I don't
discutindo.
think you actually really understand what that is.
Muito real isso.
No.
A diferença quando eu jogava e tocava piano.
Oh, Richard, please. I just like that.
Puta que pariu. Ai, Mano, é muito difícil não piscar, cara. Eu tô deitado. O que tá acontecendo? Ah. Eu só quero saber quantos anos eu tenho, porque eu tenho celular.
Out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Você é bem mandona, hein?
Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
Benny, I say turn the lights off, not just Mom.
I'm telling you, Richard. You're supposed to be...
Posso olhar pra alguma coisa? Putz. Não, eu vou dormir. Eu vou... Posso fugir, não. Tocar piano no meu sonho agora. Puta que pariu. Puta que pisquei. Eu ia tentar manter meu olho
In
aberto.
your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
Tocar bar aqui.
Why, he's marvelous. How did you ever train such a young boy to play like that?
Eu tô chorando. Ah, nossa.
If he doesn't let you in after that, I'm not even sure I'd want you at that school. And I could tell you were having so much fun up there. You rehearsed enough that it felt completely unrehearsed. I'm telling you.
Não, eu podia ter olhado pro céu. Droga.
Sounds like you really nailed it, kiddo.
It's not a matter of him nailing it. He sounded like a professional musician at 11 years old.
Now, that's your mother
Ah, eu tô
saying
com 11 anos então.
you know, she doesn't consider kids to be professional musicians.
Because they're not.
What are you talking about?
Performers, yes. Musicians? No. They are not musicians.
Destroyer Tour, Anaheim, July 81. I'm telling you, Ace Frehley was conjuring spirits.
You should have seen the look on that old jerk's face when he realized what he had on his hands.
You think he was impressed?
Richard, his dentures nearly fell out. His mouth was open so wide.
Não, droga. Nossa, meu olho
Don't
tava...
have to open it right now if you don't want to.
What do you mean? Of course he wants to.
I just don't want him to feel pressure.
Sure. Open it whenever you
Okay.
want, sweetie.
Abri, foda-se. Querido Benjamin, obrigado pelo seu interesse em Burton Conservatory of Music, The Admission. A admissão, a galeria, sei lá, olhou com cuidado sua aplicação e...
What does
Será?
it say?
Give him time to read it.
Why are you being silent, Ben?
Eu não consegui ler, mas acho que eu não passei.
We
Eu
want
pisquei.
him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears.
O que
Hey,
houve
El,
comigo?
would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a
Que eu tô no
small
hospital?
clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Ok,
Just maybe
mãe.
5 minutes.
Puta que pariu.
Such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know?
Mano, essas partes, tem umas partes de suspense que eu não sei o que tá acontecendo porque eu sempre pisco. Inferno. Não?
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Então, mas você sabe que vai ser um videogame, né? Tipo o quê? Tem uma prancha de surf no meu quarto. Posso nem jogar videogame, imagina surfar. Brinquedos. Meu barquinho. Desenhar. Posso desenhar mais alguma coisa? Pelo amor de Deus, deixa eu desenhar mais alguma coisa.
Hey, Dee! Dinner's ready!
Ah, eu vou virar artista.
Dee!
Quer dizer, outro tipo de artista, né? Desenhista, ilustrador, sei lá.
your son reading the book now?
Caralho!
No. You mean young Vincent? Well, ever since he got sick, all he does is make art. What about his piano?
Oh, he doesn't play.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
Caralho, desenho muito. Posso olhar pra alguma coisa?
I really gotta thank you for this, Benny. Emma Bills is so pissed that weird camera kid won over her multiple horse portrait that she literally...
Não, pera, o que é isso aqui? Hard question. Não, Léo, é muito difícil não, aqui não piscar. Não posso desenhar mais uma coisa, não? Ok.
You are not here to
Quem é você?
learn to be
Ah tá, professor.
painters.
Se fosse um mendigo.
You are
Pensei que você queria
here
falar de
to
lixo.
learn to be artists.
Puta que pariu, eu pintei a caveira em cima do
Although I
outro.
desire to teach you, it is a sham.
Ih, moço, eu
There is no
pintei tudo
teaching
cagado.
art.
Que isso? Tá, o vaso vai no meio.
Oh,
A
how very
caveira vai
wacky
aqui assim.
and fun these are.
E isso vai aqui. Espadinha aqui.
It's very zany.
E o cara pelado. Não sei, o cara pelado. Ih. Olha, vários estilos, que da hora. Qual estilo? Eu quero surrealista. Não,
Lucky
vai
for
ser.
you, the world is always in need of more greeting
Vai
card
falar surrealista.
artists.
Ah, mas até ficou maneiro. Ficou meio estranha a perspectiva aí. Tem dois estilos diferentes aqui, mas tá tudo certo. Nossa, muito abstrato. Muda isso aí. Consegue mudar? Não? Ok.
There you go. Feel each shape.
Ah tá, tem que ser diferentaço. O cara pelado, vem.
Oh, you fiend!
Olha agora. Nossa, é muito difícil
I
não
want
piscar.
you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here.
O que eu fiz?
You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
Caralho, isso é uma obra de arte, caralho.
Pray you have a strong hold on yourself, Mr. Bryn. For I fear a talent like these, you may soon be swept away
O
by
primeiro tava melhor, hein, moço? Eu queria dizer não. Tá. Ele ia falar alguma coisa, eu cortei. Foi mal, cara. O que é isso aqui? Aí, eu acho que isso aqui é na exposição. Cara, se vocês realmente botaram isso no...
I'm stunned.
Quanto tempo você passou?
The ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
He's flipped the discourse so thoroughly, I'm actually dizzy.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Gente, quanto tempo tá se passando? Que nervoso.
Benjamin!
Que isso?
Marvelous show last week. Truly stunning. I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me that Elba Pressenhuber gave you her card. Now, I want you to cut that card into little pieces and feed it to an alley cat. Elba Pressenhuber is not in the business of the arts. Elba Pressenhuber is in the business of business. And you, child, you are no businessman. You are an artist. Live like one.
Nossa.
Don't worry. You're not
Que
selling
isso? Quem é
your
você?
soul.
Ah, tá. Nossa, quanto tempo se passou? Eu era criança ontem. E isso aqui? Será que eu quero assinar? Vou assinar.
I've got a good feeling about you.
Tomara,
We're
hein?
going to make a lot of money together, aren't we?
Isso nunca é uma boa frase.
To actually making some money with one's art. Lord knows I could never do it.
É nóis, mãe. Eu era criança ontem e já tô bebendo, meu Deus do céu.
Ooh, that's good. So, now that you've made it, tell me, what are you going to do with it?
Eu vou jogar o copo fora. Não, o copo.
Besides buying me fancy dinners like this every week, obviously.
Pera aí, minha mãe?
Get used to
Minha mãe, né?
this. Oh, this looks delicious. I'm getting a salad and an appetizer, and I'm already stealing the bread. Look at that butter. Oh my gosh, it's in the shape of a swan.
Caralho, isso é um ganso? Ah, não, isso é um ganso. Tá.
I never thought I'd see the day when you would take me out to dinner.
O que é isso? Pinta as escadas. Pintei errado. Pintei errado.
I think it is.
Wrong places.
Gente, eu pintei tudo cagado, era pra pintar direitinho. Eu juro que era pra pintar direito. Mas eu tô piscando. Ou a Grécia era mais bonita do que eu achava que era.
Hey, honey. Your work's incredible. The new stuff is wowing us all. But
Meu Deus do céu.
hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and I'm just so proud of you. This is nothing but a little bump in the road for me. I'm going to be fine. Okay? So don't even worry about but you know. Okay, Benny.
Quem é você? Nossa, eu sou rico. Agora que eu vi que é isso?
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe is the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum
Eu não posso
opus.
coçar meu olho, senão vai... Puta que pariu. Minha mãe morreu?
Go on, B. Say something. What's wrong?
Uma carinha.
Why weren't you talking?
Porque eu não consigo falar, só consigo piscar, moço.
Hey, honey. Guess who's calling?
Sério?
Again. Look, you know I talk to big, important people. People
Olha
who
isso,
can
cara.
change your life.
Eu pintei minha mãe
every
todo cagado
day.
porque eu pisquei sem querer.
Hey, Benny.
Agora vai, hein?
Guess who's calling?
Não foi.
Well, here's the call. We're finished. We're donezo kaput. It's over. Would you shut the hell up, Tabitha? I'm trying to fire a client in here. Who? Some washed up, stick up his ass, too good to sell prick. Probably isn't even listening to this message, but you know, Mama's got to put her rage somewhere. Oh, shoot it. Am I still on? Well, Benny, love you lots. Mwah.
Aí nos momentos mais nada a ver, eu consigo manter a piscadela. Vai entender.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son.
Que isso?
I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again.
Não consigo, cara.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right thing. By the way, she didn't want you to see her like that. She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son?
Ah, mano, eu tô quase chorando na vida real agora. Que merda de música.
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny.
Pai, fica uma merda. Por que você tá elogiando essa merda?
Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor. My God, I can't believe
Você era mulher,
this.
você achou que fosse um cara?
Years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that.
Eu tô morrendo, eu tô velho já, então.
I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius. Like mother, like son, I guess. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would
would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
Okay, good.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Whoa! Well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one? His childhood was a lonely one, growing up as a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town. And, what would you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion or more like a taskmaster? Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was ever encouraging, teaching him to recognize the greatness within.
Eu escolhi errado a outra? Ou ele falou errado?
How about that
De
neighbor
propósito.
girl? Huh? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or first love?
Ou nenhum dos dois, né?
Now be honest here. Don't be bashful, man. You can tell me.
Tá. Quem estava meio que, né?
Music
Juntinho no final.
became the only thing he truly cared about. Even more than his first love, Chloe.
Ah, tá.
And although he gave it everything he had, he was still rejected from the conservatory his mother desperately wanted him to attend.
Ele mexendo assim tudo.
Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You mucky fowls!
O que tá acontecendo, cara?
All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds. They're what becomes of souls who tried to lie to the gatekeeper. Once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Eu também espero.
You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Oh, me?
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back, sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you.
Eu tô piscando e tá acendendo a luz.
But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Pisquei. Gaviota.
Not this.
Oh, mano, minha mãe morreu. Deixa eu ver ela de novo. Ok.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Não, pera, eu não sei. É aqui.
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
I don't have time for this. The gatekeeper's waiting.
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him.
This. Stay here.
Essa parte eu não consegui ver.
What did your mother hear on that phone call?
Puta que
Keep your
pariu.
eyes open. I need to see.
Nossa, mano, é muito difícil.
Let's try this again.
Bora.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Acho que meu avô morreu. Não, porque ele não veio me visitar no final das contas.
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
Eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay
I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
Still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know.
Nossa, é muito difícil que não piscar, sério, meu Deus do céu. Bora, acaba. Nossa. Que isso, cara? Ah.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to
Awesome.
work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win. When we get back, let's wake Dad up and go down to the beach. What do you say? I want to celebrate. Smell that air. It's such a beautiful night.
I get all this. We need to move.
Stay.
And I'd find you adorable if only you didn't piss me off so much.
You hear that, Benny? Our entire relationship distilled into 2
Oh,
lines.
come on. I was joking. You never piss me off.
Well, that's a lie.
Listen, I know I can be tough, but you know I'm never actually mad at either one of you, right?
I know you want to stay here, man, but we don't have the time.
Ah, a gente tem, meu irmão. Merda, na hora que eu achei.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo. Okay?
Vixe, agora. Essa outra foi outra que eu não consegui ver.
Staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want to have talking about this.
I mean, what's the point?
Eu tenho que ficar de olho fechado.
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. It's okay.
Posso abrir de novo? Não, voltei a ficar de olho fechado. Ah, tá.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon, at the top of your lungs.
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
A gente tem um MacBook bem ali, só que lembra isso.
Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear. Story of who you're going to become, okay?
The great life Benjamin brings. Puta que pariu, não consegui terminar de escrever a redação do
Music
Enem.
became the only thing he truly cared about, even more than his first love, Chloe. First love? Okay, Benny. Is that why you didn't sneak out with me? Why not just tell me? You do realize I waited for you out in the alley for like an hour, right? Ugh. So anyway, back to the story, I guess.
Deixa eu virar amigo. Beleza.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable. You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
Imagina ficar 30 minutos sem piscar, não vou nem conseguir nem ficar nem um segundo.
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
Claro, mãe. Só não posso piscar. Porra. Fudeu.
Hang on.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Reads like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff, kiddo. You should be very proud, okay? Okay. Love you, buddy.
Que isso? Eita porra. Esse jogo virou de novo.
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
Enough! What's going on?
I think he's unconscious. Call the paramedics now!
Okay, I'm doing it.
I'm just gonna wait with you here, okay? I'm gonna hold your hand. You feel that? That's me. That's your mom. That's Mama. Sweetie, I'm here with you.
Doideira demais, mano. Eu tenho que fechar o olho.
So, if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button, and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one. Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know? What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking just so you don't have to go to school with me is actually ridiculous. I don't know if you're embarrassed that you didn't come out to the beach with me, so you're avoiding me or what, but I just wanted.
Nunca vou saber o que você queria falar.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. Not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Lá vamos nós.
Wait, is that... That's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Puta que pariu, mano. Ai, que inferno. Pô, amei o bagulho. Toma um suquinho. Aperta o botão. Ó o gato. Não posso piscar. Eu tô piorando agora que eu tô vendo que eu tô respirando para o aparelho.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
I'm getting her a shoe.
Tem gente falando.
She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
Não, não é muito.
No. What does that have to do
Tô
with...
doideira.
Do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Sai daqui, doença. O que aconteceu?
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I
Essa vez eu vou conseguir, hein?
I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, what are you looking at?
Minha filha, calma aí que eu tô olhando pra
Don't
essas
look
coisas.
up there. Look at me.
Calma aí.
I'm talking to you.
Sumiu a porra toda. Ih, já.
I want to give you something. But I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is.
Ok.
So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
O que ela me deu? Ah... Antes fosse beijo. Ai, pulou. Nossa, agora tá mó difícil de mexer o mouse. Eu não tenho comendo mais direito. Bebê é o caralho. Deixa eu ver isso aqui.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again.
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
mamãe, não consigo fazer mais nada, por favor, alguém socorre, pelo amor de Deus. Não! Come alguma coisa, pelo amor de Deus. Nossa, é muito difícil mexer o mouse.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny. I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
You have to do something. Richard, I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe.
It's okay, Benny. Just close your eyes.
Merda.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her,
que foda, as árvores mudam quando eu pisco, ó.
Believe me.
Estão morrendo, inclusive. Ah, não. Acho
Don't
que
worry.
é Seasons passando.
We got this.
Que foda isso.
I think.
Olha aquelas árvores que minha mãe falou no início. Preciso me ajoelhar, tá? Mano, esse jogo é muito irado, né? E é bem triste também. Teve uma hora que eu olhei ali que eu lacrimejei. Mas aí não foi de ficar com o olho aberto, não. Foi de realmente tava triste. E é muito frustrante também, mas eu acho que é questão da metáfora que o jogo tá querendo passar, tá ligado?
There she is. Wish me luck.
Acho bom. Exatamente.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so
Agora eu entendi.
imaginative. And the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he knew he was going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life.
full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
Ó, mano, isso aí foi difícil, hein? Puta que pariu.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
Ah, mano. Foi muito legal o jogo, cara. Ah, cara. Ô, essa última parte aí. Eu segurei pra caralho, hein, pra não piscar, porque puta que pariu. Fudeu, agora eu vou ser banido. Pera aí, pera aí, Twitch, caralho. Pera aí. Foda-se. Depois vocês escutam essa música aí no... Na moral, antes que eu seja banido. Ah, porque esse VOD aqui eu não vou perder, não. Se fuder. Ah, mano. Muito bom. Eu não vi pra quem que era dedicado. Provavelmente é pros pais de alguém, né? Mas... Nossa, mano, muito legal. Ó, mas é uma música muito boa, tá? Eu quero dizer que a música é muito boa. Depois recomendo vocês escutarem aí na internet. Mas... Nossa, cara. Cara, é muito diferenciado, cara, esse negócio de ter a parada do olho, tá ligado? E é muito frustrante também, tipo... Obviamente eu acho que é a metáfora do jogo, nessa parada que a vida passa muito rápido, né? No piscar de olhos, né? Então, tipo... Você tentar prestar atenção, tentar, tipo, sei lá, lembrar, né? Entre aspas, né? Como assim? É instantâneo, você não vê a mudança. Como assim? Ah, tá. É instantâneo, tipo assim... Porque tipo, você calibra no início, né? Então, tipo... Eu não sei se você fez uma pergunta. Mas é tipo, é muito, cara, é muito louco isso. É tipo... E, né, enfim, e tem toda essa metáfora essa parada da vida passar, tá ligado? É muito louco isso. Me fez pensar muito sobre a minha vida, inclusive, quando eu tava jogando. Mas... Nossa, cara, muito legalzinho. E o jogo me enganou, porque, tipo, eu realmente achei que eu tinha vivido a vida inteira, tá ligado? Só que não, eu morri quando era criança, o que era mais triste ainda. E... Caralho, nossa, muito bom jogo, cara. Ó, o nome da música que tá agora é Mesh, do Oliver Lewin. Então, quem quiser escutar aí, a música é muito legalzinha. Que, enfim, se eu não fosse ser banido, eu deixaria tocar. Mas... Nossa. Ó, esse Skybound Games fez qual outro jogo que eu não lembro agora? Eles fizeram algum outro jogo famoso. Eu não lembro agora qual foi. Esse jogo foi Kickstarter, caralho. Faz sentido.